welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I apologize for the extended break, but we have returned with the lower bracket finals, the H.4.0.S Galactic Battle number 2. We are down to merely 3 players left. Cristiano is still waiting in the grand finals, but we have these two duking it out to determine who faces off against Cristiano in those finals.
Yeah, we have two of very, I would say, well-known Polish players at this point. They've been playing in a lot of tournaments lately, and we're about to find out how their series go.
Yeah, so we are sporting in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn. We have our Polish Zerg player. The blue Zerg, the best Zerg player in all of Poland, representing Team Liquid. It is Elazer.
And across the map we have our Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Psystorm Gaming. It is Gerald.
And as a reminder in the chat, if you're in the Twitch chat, predictions are now open. You can place your bets on who you believe will make it into those grand finals. Will it be Elazer or Gerald? Will it be a ZvP finals or a PvP finals? It is up to you to decide.
Yeah, as a reminder again, Cristiano is waiting in those finals, and he did beat Elazer to get there. So, can Elazer get a rematch? Actually,
and again, it wasn't just...
Didn't he beat Gerald as well?
He did.
So either way, it will be a rematch. They're just fighting for the chance to rematch Cristiano.
Exactly. Cristiano, he's already beaten both these players, and they both are gunning for that rematch. We do see... Oh my god, I was being quite annoying.
Yeah, that was
That's actually that was a big delay on the gas, unironically. Instead of a hatch gas pull, that was a hatch pull gas opener. So Gerald's being as annoying as possible with this first probe.
I feel like that's kind of a thing with Gerald, right? Like if you were to like pick a single like best quality of his gameplay, it would be the control.
Ooh, as we do fly too close to the sun, the probe is going to be shut down. We did delay the gas, but this will mean that Elazer will be able to freely take the third base. There won't be a probe to block the third. So there's a bit of a give and take here. That was a rough loss for Gerald, but we're settling into our game, and it's still the early stages.
That was almost like that scene with Hero.
Uh-huh.
Is it Creep? I think it's Creep, where I was casting with Yaku. And we were like, this hero is really known for his micro, and that's where he loses his entire army, like, for no reason whatsoever.
Smooch. Really, I thought it might have been Yag. It's Kura, it's you. It's
yeah.
you're cursing these players
really?
with your words.
I'm cursing the Protoss, apparently.
Aye. But behind this, Gerald is going to be opening up Stargate. It's going to be a Stargate opener out of our Protoss player. Should be into Oracle. Meanwhile, across the map, Elazer should soon be looking to expand and take his third base. Adept is moving out across the map to get eyes on the third to make sure that there's no crazy one base all-in or any kind of earlier gases or any shenanigans from the side of the Zerg player.
Yeah. That's one Adept will be now going into the Natura checks. There is a Zerg base there. The third one is taken as well. And, you know, just keep an eye if Elazer is not planning anything fishy.
Yeah, exactly. We do just get an eye or keep an eye here on these worker counts. We do see Lings are amassing for Elazer. Just a handful of them, I imagine, just to keep up with the Adepts, as that first Adept has been joined by a second, and now we can one-shot drones. Now we can threaten the mineral lines.
And that is exactly what Gerald will try to do. There is only one Queen in the main base, but there are Zerglings as well, so Gerald opts in not to go there and instead picks a nice position on the Natural.
Yeah, it does reduce that service area in these mineral lines, does apply a little bit of pressure here to the third base, but shouldn't get much done. Lings are amassing, and ooh, actually a Elazer, okay, thinking about going for a counterattack. Third base is on the way, but the Oracle is now on the way. Gerald's still going to try and get some economic damage done. We'll see if Elazer can keep up.
I mean, he has 2 queens, he has a Spore as well, but instead Gerald tries to go for the third base, or I guess the natural base here, but there are so many queens there.
Yeah, there's a lot of queens in position. There's no access to that now. Third base of Elazer. Adepts threatening his shade, and it looks like we won't quite commit. Still just denying any kind of mining here, and there we go. We force the recall. The Adepts, they will get out.
Yeah, the queen was a little bit distracted with that inject, and Adepts are able to evacuate safely. The Oracle is still looming about, and I believe a second one is joining it as well.
There we go. 2 Oracles now going to be threatening that natural base that I think, and they can watch it work as well. We have Queens in position. 3 Queens at the natural. No entrance or no entry point whatsoever. And so far, Elazer done a great job of protecting his mineral lines. We've lost a lot of tumors, but not many drones.
Yeah, but also Elazer has quite a few queens on his side of the map. It looks like that's the focus of his defense. He has 3 at the natural, 2 at the third as well. So these Oracles definitely don't have an easy job.
They really do not. And interesting, Gerald actually skips his 3rd Oracle. Only 2 Oracles, he does not get a 3rd. Ling's going to try and save that Overlord, but alas, the Oracles are here to help support that. And instead, Gerald is going for a much faster transition into Blink and +1.
The thing makes sense. I mean, I understand the choice of not focusing on the Oracles with like how heavily Elazer is focusing on the defense. So maybe Gerald decides that, you know what, like it's not worth like wasting the time to try and find a hole in the defense. He rather focuses on the attack.
Yeah, exactly. From the side of Elazer as well, he did go for a safety Roach Warren. That was a 4-minute 30-ish Roach Warren timing, so quite early on, just to be safe and secure, is amassing a lot of Lings, layers on the way, gases. Elazer should be droning up, but has a lot of Lings to work with, and we'll see what those Lings are used for, as we're actually setting up a counterattack across the map.
Yeah, definitely what it looks like. At the same time, the Protoss army is threatening this 4th base, but Elazer is double expanding.
Oh, he is double expanding. 4th base is going to be denied. Lings try to dive in. At the same time, Lings, they hit the 3rd across the map. Gateways are going to be denied, but it looks like the shield battery should finish up in time, and Gerald should defend the base.
Yeah, the Zealots are helping out as well. I mean, there's not many units here though, so these Zealots will be going down eventually. At the same time, the army of Gerald gets caught out by the Lings and most of it goes down. The Oracles are here to save it, but a lot of the Stalkers are dying.
Yeah, Gerald got completely out of position. A massive pick over here. How many Stalkers was that? Looking at the unit source tab, 5 Stalkers go down. That is an insane amount this early on, and we're not done. We're catching the 5th and the 6th Stalker as well. Far too many losses here, and Gerald loses any kind of momentum he once had.
Right, and as all of this is happening, Elazer is taking 3 hatcheries.
Yeah, Elazer is triple expanding, getting a 4th, a 5th, and a 6th base as well. Behind us, we've got Drop Lords on the way, which, barely are spotted by the Oracles, and hopefully we can respond in time. But it looks like Elazer is setting up for some Ling harass as we're taking up even further into Hydras.
Yeah, into Hydras, I believe. Eventually, maybe those Lurkers will be coming out as well. For now, the Oracles will be sharking around the base of Elazer, but there are still defenses there. There are Queens, there are Spores, and yeah, the Link army is trying to get into a Gerald's base as well.
Yeah, we're trying. We're not too successful here, but at least we're going to surround on the 4th. That's what matters most here, as we're looking to deny that 4th base. Drop Lord towards the main as well. No things within it yet, but can we force a cancel? It looks like we can!
Very nice cancel there, but at the same time, Elazer reveals the Overlord as it goes into the main. It will be damaged by Gerald, but not sniped. Does he have enough? Ooh, the Stalkers almost moved out of the main.
Stalkers in position. We have a Phoenix as well, and the Drop Lord is going to be completely shut down. At the same time, another Drop Lord here towards the north, as the Drop Lord harass will continue. But Gerald, for the most part, is keeping up with this and is sustaining himself. The problem for Gerald is his 4th. His 4th is going to be so heavily delayed.
Yeah, and with Elazer with so many bases already being there, but at the same time, one of these Overlords actually did unload in the natural base of Gerald. There are Stalkers there though, so I don't think any pros should be lost.
Really, it's just a distraction, as once again we're going to surround on the Nexus, and we already canceled this once, and we're going to do it again. 2nd cancel on the 4th base. Gerald just cannot expand.
Yeah, at the same time, in the main base, the Zerglings actually get to the probe line, and 7 probes are going down, more probes are going down as the base is cancelled once again.
Yeah, we see another cancel on the base. Ling's just pulling Gerald's left and right. He just cannot keep up. And because of that economy, because of those bases, Elazer is going to be so quick to rebuild, to remax, settling into Ling Hydra. That's a lot of Hydras.
Yeah, exactly. And there's more coming. But actually, both of our players are now supply blocked as one of the Overlord falls on the way. But yeah, they're supply blocked. But Elazer's supply blocked with much better army at the moment.
Yeah, he is close to maxing out here and moving out with his Ling Hydra, still retaining the control of these bases as well. And Gerald, he just can never expand. He just wants a 4th, and it's just not happening whatsoever. Storm is almost halfway done. Storm is going to be a big power spike for Gerald, but there's still just so much working against him.
Yeah, the Orcas once again dive in, and there's actually barely any defense here, so they will be able to get a few drones. There's 1 Queen, but that's not enough. And 5 drones total fall down, but that's not enough to make up for the losses Gerald suffered.
Yeah, it's some nice damage, but we need even more than this. That's how far behind Geralt is right now, as Elazer is maxed. He's maxed out with Ling Hydra. We have Hydra speed on the way, plus on range, Bailing speed as well. Geralt still has yet to expand, throwing down the wall stack defense. And here comes Elazer, looking to try to break the defenses of Geralt.
Yeah, he's trying to approach from two sides as well, so Gerald has to be careful about how he splits this army. There are Hydras in both armies, and yeah, he has only so many High Templars that he can use.
Yeah, we need those storms. There we go. First storm is going to be used on the right-hand side towards the left. We do see the Ling Hydra not quite committing yet, but as you mentioned, we have to be very careful with how and when we throw down our storms, as they are a vital resource here for Geralt.
It looks like for the time being he holds, but this army is still going around the positions around Gerald's base. At the same time, the Oracles are getting some nice damage as Elazer is more focused on the attack.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7 drones going down, not too bad, but here we go. Bailings have morphed in. No Bailing speeds, they're going to be waddling on forward, but what is there to stop these Bailings? I mean, some decent storms.
Yeah, the storms will deal with all of these Banings. Some of the Zealots tank the shots as well, but it looks like at least the Banings were denied, but more probes are falling, and the base is once again in danger.
Oh, the High Templar, they get pounced upon. It looks like we have one High Templar left, and it barely does survive, but we have plenty of Hydras on the ground. They've broken that fourth base, and they're going for the kill. They're going for the Nexus.
Yeah, they're going for the next. Even though they didn't get it, still 13 probes go down, and almost an entire mineral line worth of probes, and Gerald is just struggling to catch up.
Yeah, and we're just waiting for reinforcements. Lings have arrived. We dive on top of the army, and now there is 0 storms remaining. Only Stalkers, only Zealots, and without Storm, we cannot hold on. GG gets called, and Elazer takes game number 1.
GG. That was very intense game by Elazer, I would say. And as you said, like just how we saw in the previous series, like if you let Elazer expand, he will expand everywhere.
Yeah, like it wasn't a bad start for Geralt, but unfortunately he lost map control very quickly. The big moment for this game was, if you remember, when Geralt initially denied the fourth. Remember, he denied the fourth base of Elazer, then he pulled back and he got his Stalkers caught in the middle of the map. He got his Stalkers completely surrounded, we got shut down, and in that moment, Geralt lost any kind of map control he had, and he was never able to get it back.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate for Gerald, and definitely snowballed against him there. But I mean, new game. This was game 1. It's still a best of 3. We can still turn this around.
We can turn this around. Again, we've already seen Cristiano take down Elazer. We saw Bobby have a very close series against Elazer as well. Elazer has shown weakness in the ZvP matchup, and Geralt, just like Cristiano and Bobby, definitely has it in him to bring Elazer down, but he needs the early game to go his way. He needs a solid start against a player of the caliber of Elazer.
Indeed he does, as we are now loaded into our next map, and it will be, I don't know why. Why am I always the one reading this name? Alcyone. It is called Alcyone. I deny your version. And it will be first of our players. It is the Zerg player representing Team Liquid, of course from Poland. Currently up 1 in this series, it is Elazer.
What are you talking? I call it Alcyone as well. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about the chat, okay?
Okay. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Red Protoss player representing Storm Gaming, looking to bounce back in game number 2. The pressure is on. It is Gerald.
Look, I won't name names, but there are some people who try to convince me that it's Alcyone, and like, that's not what the word says. Like, it's clearly Alcyone.
We literally Googled it and looked it up when it comes to Greek pronunciation, and yeah, it's Alcyone. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, we have some fun facts from Hyper One. Apparently, even in team tournaments, Elazer will also expand everywhere he can.
Yeah. I mean, Elazer, he's known for his greed. He's known for cutting a lot of corners. That can also be his downfall. Like, we've seen players like Geralt, like Cristiano, like Bapi punish him for being too greedy as well. Even Spirit has done that in the TVZ matchup. So, Elazer has to be careful here. These are players that do need to be, that we do need to fear at times. So, We'll see if Elazer can be greedy like that and get away with it again.
Chad is having fun with the name now. Oh no.
Let's go.
Alcione.
More Italian. Put your fingers together while saying no. It's Al Capone.
Al Capone.
Ah,
There you go.
beautiful. I love it. Ah. But for now, we're just settling in. We're just going to be saturating our natural base, eventually working towards our third. This time, Gerald does not lose his first worker, and oh my god, we are spicing things up. That is not a Stargate.
No, it is not. It is a Twilight Council, so we will be going for those quick upgrades there, I guess, or maybe something else entirely.
Yeah, so with this Twilight Council opener, this could be one of two things. I guess
Yeah.
three things, but one of them is a little bit less common. We could be seeing some Glaive Adepts. We could be seeing some DTs. We'll keep an eye on the gases, as for now, we have not pulled out.
I mean, we're getting a Robo as well. But I guess you can use that for both, right?
Yeah, so because we haven't pulled out of gases, this should be a Dark Shrine-based opener. If it was Glaive Adepts, we usually pull out of gas. Staying in does dictate that we're going to be committing a little bit harder to a form of tech. If we do go Glaives, it could be Glaives plus DTs as well, like if we're being this committed. So we'll keep an eye on Gerald as the first Adept does get across the map. Is going to be threatening these mineral lines. Another Adept coming in from behind. Ooh.
Yeah, but also, the thing is, it is a Dark Shrine indeed, so we have a confusion. But oh, the link is in the base of Gerald. Elazer we see.
The Ling does slip into the main base, and Elazer sees everything, does confirm the Dark Shrine. This is a brutal moment. One of the big factors of this build and one of the powers behind a Dark Shrine opener is keeping it hidden, and Gerald doesn't keep it hidden.
Yeah, because I was about to say that, as you said, Elazer likes to cut corners, so he doesn't need to make spores, he just won't make them. But now he sees the Dark Shrine, so I mean, basically it's on Elazer if he doesn't prepare detection now.
Yeah, so because of this scouts, most likely the DTs won't get much damage done. Thankfully, they don't have to. Like with the Prism, we can of course morph in Archons, and we can still juggle and hunt down Overlords and get Ling damage, but we won't get many drones. That's the problem here, is that we were hoping for economic damage, and it is unlikely to occur.
Yeah, the first spore is on the way, a second as well, so... I mean, the Warp is moving out, but I don't think it will be there in time. At the same time, the Zerglings are harassing this future base of Gerald as well.
Yeah, they do delay the third base a little bit longer, as it's now soon to be taken. Back at home, as you mentioned, spores are already finishing up. We have a spore here outside of the natural. We have a spore at the main base. Lings do dip in, and they force the cancel on the third.
Wow, even a cancel. That's really good start for Elazer. He has seen that DT as well, so he can confirm that the DTs are indeed coming. The Dark Shrine was not cancelled.
And this is a bit of a desperation move. We have a bay on the way. We're taking up right into Robotics Bay. This will be for either Disruptors or Colossus. We could go either direction here, but a very committed tech choice for Gerald. And we'll see if he can make use of it. We'll see if it goes unscattered, as for now, he's hunting down this Overlord and not even going for Archon Dropper Ass.
I wonder if that can work for him, actually. Like, you know, maybe some harassment with Disruptors. Because, as we said, Elazer tends to be quite greedy. So, what if he gets, like, some nice shots against all those drones?
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on Gerald to get some kind of economic damage done. He's waiting for that Archon, and now we're moving out with the Archon drop. But again, it is a delayed Archon drop for Elazer. And, sorry, for Gerald, and Elazer is droning up. Even investing into overall speed and here for Elazer.
We good?
We have the we'll see be able to dive in much further. Are you good? Are you with me?
I think I am back.
Hello?
I think my internet panicked for a moment.
Okay.
Okay, we're back. We're alive. It's fine.
Okay.
Everybody breathe in, breathe out.
For those that are curious, while Kuro gets a handle on the internet, is that we did have some Archon Dropper Ass. So far, no major damage. We did invest into War Prison speed, and we have Disruptors on the way. So it is going to be a Disruptor drop follow-up here by Gerald. and we'll see if he can get some damage done, because so far Elazer has been able to defend quite nicely.
Yeah, definitely. And he is taking more bases once again, trying to harass a bit Gerald, but he is prepared for that attack at least. But again, looks like Elazer is looking for the later game. He's getting that infestation pitch, so yeah, I guess we won't be having any attacks anytime soon.
Yeah, Lasers just droning up, getting up to 4 base saturation, infestation bit, roach speed, upgrades as well. Laser just comfortably getting into a longer game. Meanwhile, Gerald's still the pressure is on. And here come those disruptors. These disruptors, they need to get some good connections. They need to trade well.
I mean, I'm hoping for some juicy shots because, again, Elazer has so many drones. Like, you could maybe get something done there, but oh, it looks like he is prepared. He has the queens, he has the roaches. I don't know if Gerald could get in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be difficult to split against this. I mean, roach speed is not yet done, so we could see some good connections on the roaches. The observer does get eyes on this as well, and you can see the prism sharking towards the southern half here of the map, looking for a good connection on these roaches.
Yeah, Gerald is trying to get into good position, but he can't quite find it. Instead, he tries to distract the army, but Elazer sees the war priest. I don't think he can get a good shot there.
Yeah, Novas go off. We get Lings and not much else. Good reaction out of Elazer. He does pull away in time, and Gerald does not get the damage he was looking for. He shows his hand, and now Elazer is that much more aware of the disruptors.
Yeah, that is one side of it, and the other is we have a lurker then on the way. We're getting into a similar game we saw before, you know, with Papi, where like once Elazer gets to lurkers, like this game will become very difficult.
Yeah, exactly. As we get another Nova going off, one Roach goes down. As you mentioned, Hydra Lurker Viper is on the horizon here for Elazer into a very, very comfortable army, and Gerald is still trying to catch up. Elazer is already maxed out.
Yeah, he is, and I mean, Gerald has that gold base. He was able to secure that, and he is defending that position, but the gold base alone won't be able to compensate for all this economy that Elazer has.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see if we can pull off a miracle defense. I mean, there are defensive disruptors, and it's always difficult pushing into them, as looks like we did get a big connection earlier. Not a bad shot from Geralt. Able to, let's quickly check, get 11 roaches. Not too bad as we have a look at the battle report. And from here, Geralt, he pulls back. And thankfully for Geralt as well, Elazer hasn't quite committed too hard into lurkers yet.
Yeah, 5 of them are currently on the way. The upgrades are still being researched as well. And this Zerg army is not that big. They're the harassing force essentially, but yeah, we have the second part of Elazer's army as well, and it is sharking around the gold base.
Yeah, the lurker count is slowly getting higher. We're investing into hive upgrades. We have Adrenal on the way. We have Grew Spines now into Adaptive Talons. Nidus Worm as well to try to Nidus into the main. Elazer just getting into all the tech he so wants, but at the same time, Geralt is also maxing out.
Yeah, that he is. He is working on Storm currently, which will definitely be helpful, but it's not quite there yet. But still, disruptors are on the way. Oh, but this base is in danger.
Yeah, we're gonna force a cancel, and we do deny the 5th. A nice pickup here from Elazer. At the same time, Ling Roach was threading the left-hand side. We do need to get rid of all these roaches. They are inflated supply, and they're just not doing too much here for Elazer. Speaking of, never goes off.
Oof. I guess that's one way to get rid of the roaches, huh?
Oh my god. Yeah, not bad, as we actually kill a disruptor.
Yeah,
so, yeah, Geralt's a little bit asleep at the wheel there. Did end up losing a disruptor, as Elazer still sharking around with that army. Likewise, probes are going down, and Elazer still just massing on more lurkers. And here we go. We're loading up that Nidus Worm into the main.
Game paused.
Like, hold on. I made it into the main. I shouldn't be able to. Okay.
Looks like we have... Yeah, it looks like we have some technical issues here. Again, this is an offline event, and sometimes some of these issues do arise. Thankfully, there's nothing major going on right now. Like, there's no big, like, micro-engagement or anything like that. Maybe Kura can give us a bit of a translation.
I mean, apparently there's just some issue with the monitor. So Elazer is just asking for some assistance. So that's all it is. I mean, that happens, you know. Again, this is an offline event, and the players receive the gear from the venue, so... You know, sometimes things just don't work out. Sometimes we have to fix them on the fly.
Yeah, sometimes, I don't know, the refresh rate or the contrast, or maybe just turns off randomly at the worst moment possible.
Yeah, I mean, look, sometimes it's just magic and the monitor just decides not to work. I've been through that.
But it looks like we are getting ready for. Oh, we're getting ready to load back in again. The Nidus Worm is about to finish up. We have taken note of it. Voids are being pulled out as well. At the same time, Roach is okay. Just going to try and slow down the main army, but the Nidus, it's going to finish. Up.
Yeah, it just barely does finish, and the lurkers load out of it, and they will be able to burrow in the main base of Gerald. And yeah, there's a lot of distraction coming up. Oh, but the disruptor shot is nice.
Yeah, Nova is going to be connecting at the same time. DT harassing towards the left-hand side, but the Lurkers, they have gotten in. They can tank a Nova. Takes 2 to kill a Lurker. The Nidus Worm does come back in, and we are going to be able to reinforce. Not just that, but we can also escape.
Yeah, at the same time, another base of Gerald is harassed as well. And we are losing probes. 14 probes are already falling down. These Stokers will try to deal with the army, but they won't be able to deal with the Lurkers.
Yeah, as the Nidus Worm reinforces once again. At the same time, we push out across the map. There are defensive Lurkers. Nova's going to be going up, and we do not quite connect with the army. Big spine jumps here, but a nice storm here on the Lurkers.
Yeah, the storm will definitely connect with that army, and most of it will be going down, but the Lurkers are still not dealt with. I guess, I don't know if I want to call it a base trade, but I guess it kinda is.
Yeah, again, because they were able to rain down on this middle line, that was the 15 workers that had gone down earlier at the natural. We do see a nice counterattack, going to be able to shut down at least a hatchery, but Elazer is holding on. As long as we can avoid these Novas, we can defend. The Disruptors!
Yeah, the Disruptors are going down. One of them survives, but it has absolutely zero support, and it will be going down as well. This battle is lost for Gerald. The main base is not looking great either.
Oh, it is not great here as... Oh no,
Apparently
what did
now,
Gerald say?
Apparently now Gerald's keyboard is not working, you know.
Ah! Not like this. And hopefully that didn't impact the previous fight, just because Gerald did lose everything towards the south here. That was a big moment. But regardless, damage was being done. Economy now in shambles here. And yeah, Elazer, he's able to attack, he's able to defend. He's in a nice position. Did lose a base, but he could afford to lose a base.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many bases. As we know, he likes to expand, so he's never short on bases, and yeah. I guess we will see. I mean, it is looking rough for Gerald. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, there's always potential with disruptors, but I mean, it's been a rough game since almost the opener. If you remember, like the Dark Shrine got scattered, the Archon drop didn't do anything, the Disruptor drop didn't get any damage done either. Like it has been a bit of a rocky road. We did get a point to where both players were maxing out. That is true, but Elazer has done a great job here at just pulling Geralt apart.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, Gerald can get his keyboard working and make a comeback.
Yeah, it looks like we have resolved those issues, and there we go. We're diving back into the game. Indy will be unpausing, of course, and we'll see if Geralt can try to bounce back in this. Now, there is a world where if we can connect some amazing Purification Novas, we can maybe bounce back in this, but even cleaning up this one Lurker is a bit of a challenge. There we go, the Lurker is cleaned up. And Geralt has a lot of bases. His economy honestly isn't too bad. It's just his army. His army is lacking. Oh, that's... it looks like the issues may not have been resolved.
Yeah, this happens. You know, it happens. Like, it always, like, it is a different setup than the one you have at home. Like, the one tried and true. It just sometimes happens that things don't work as they should. And what I was getting at earlier with the magic monitor, we actually had an issue where somebody like, monitor wasn't working. Then somebody came, touched it, and it was working. Just saying, magic. It's black magic.
Yeah. I think we've gotten actually quite lucky, because thinking back on the previous house events that we've had, or even the esport event, I don't think we've had too many tech issues. Like, I think we've had like a couple of regames here or there. But yeah, we haven't had any like situation where the monitor isn't working, or where the keyboard isn't working. Like I think we've been quite fortunate throughout the history of these Polish lands. It is unfortunate that in this game there's issues happening on both sides.
Yeah. I mean, again, that happens. Like, nothing we can really do about it. Like, no matter how well you prepare an event, like, electronics just sometimes tends to do their own thing, and just have to do your best to resolve the issues and keep going.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's where Kashim comes into play. You know, he's the person that's there to like put out all the fires and to make sure that that everything's okay and that we can, you know, actually host the event itself. So much love to Kashim. You know, without him, I'm sure these events would be worse off.
Definitely. I mean, Kashim is a hero. And everybody in the Polish community knows. Most people in general, like international community, also know. But Kashim is definitely the hero of the scene. I would say just general. Like I mean, Polish scene especially, but just in general. Like I mean, if you ever used Aligula, like you probably have Kashim to thank for that.
Yeah, Kashim is a big part of the StarCraft scene, not just the Polish scene as well. And for those that are curious, Kashim is the main admin or ref at this event. He's, you know, helping organize the players, setting up the brackets. He's there for any kind of technical issues as well. So again, he's just looking after the players and making sure that everything works as intended. If there ever is an issue, he's there to fix it.
Yeah, and he knows how to do that. As we are waiting to see what happens to our game, as we did have a technical pause, so I'm sure Kashim is on the case.
Yep, and once the issues are resolved, then we can just resume from replay and load back into the game. Again, as small as the chance is for Gerald to bounce back, there is still a chance, definitely, and we don't want to take that away from him. So again, if we do require to reload that lobby and resume from replay, then we are more than happy to.
Yeah, definitely.
So we have our map set up. We can see the moments that, of course, we did have to disconnect. And, actually, we did actually resume just before the big fight here towards the south. And here we go. We're going to be counting on in. We can see the lurker shot's going to be going off. And can Gerald save some of this army? Oh, as there was that moment where the disruptor did go down, other disruptor does pull back, and he does preserve some of these units at the same time back in the main base. We do clean up that Nidus, we do clean up this push a little bit more cleanly as well. So, Gerald, we're of course back in this. Oh.
Yeah, we do clean up these lurkers eventually. It did take a while, but they are being cleaned up. But at the same time, Elazer is attacking on the forward gold base. The Zerglings stand right into the storms, but there's still a lot of them left over.
Yeah, very juicy storm there for Gerald. Never going to be going off, but we do save the disruptor just barely. The Nova did not quite connect. Meanwhile, another Nidus back into the main base. Gerald was not ready for this, forced to recall, but the Hydras, they stand their ground. They do trade quite well against these Zealots, against some of these Stalkers, and the Archon gets picked off.
Unfortunately, mostly just Hydras, but now the Lurkers are joining in as well, and the entire army will have to be turned around if Gerald wants to fight this, but he can't really do that because Elazer is on the front door as well.
Yeah, exactly. We dive on top of this High Temple. We force out a storm. We force out a second storm as well, and 0 High Temple remaining. We collapse on top of those Archons at the same time in the main base. We still have the line of Lurkers. Big Novas, actually. Very good connections from Gerald, but there's still the one Lurker in the main. We're going for the Artosis Pylon.
Yeah, one Lurker remains, and it takes down like the important tech structures for Gerald. He prevents him from making more disruptors as well, and there's another Nidus Worm just so the Hydras can evacuate.
Yeah, we focus on every single pylon. We depower the Twilight Council. We focus down the Dark Shrine. On the front lines, Gerald does hold on to that center base, but Elazer, he's not done as the Nidus finishes and he reinforces.
Yeah, that he does. At the same time, there are Lurkers on the front. They are being connected to the Novas, but I mean, that's still pressure on Gerald here.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good connections. Like Gerald, he does once again maintain that goal base, but the main. We've lost everything in the main base. The Robo, the Twilight Council, the Dark Shrine, and the base itself.
Yeah, like, I mean, the base is definitely painful, but the tech is really what's the problem for Gerald. Like, he cannot really make a lot of units. He's working on an Immortal, but that will probably be the last one.
Yeah, Immortals and Gateway units as well. He has Big Nova on the Hydras. Very nice connection here out of Geralt, and that is keeping him in this game. But what about his economy? Workers are going down left and right. The natural base is now under fire. We keep pushing towards the gold. Once again, some decent connections here, but Geralt just cannot sustain these losses.
Yeah, GG is called. And with that, we conclude our game and our series.
GG. Good luck is called as Geralt taps out. Elazer will take the series 2-0 and advance on to the grand finals.
Yes, GG. I mean, I feel like we were talking about how Gerald can still bring this up, like bring this back, but I feel like after this technical break, it's almost like Elazer like regained stamina and he just like attacked even more fiercely than he was before.
It was very intense. It was very intense play there from Elazer. But a shout out to Gerald again. He was holding his own. He was trading well with his army. The problem was the Night Storms in the main. He never quite cleaned them up. Once the Night Storm started getting up, they just did not relent. And yeah, Gerald losing control of the main base and eventually the natural as well because of that was kind of the nail in the coffin there for Gerald.
Yeah, and it was especially painful since that main base was all the tech structures, like the robo, like you had the Twilight Council, like all the important structures were in that main and it was completely under siege of Elazer. And after that, it was really hard to get an army together.
Yeah, it was just too much to handle. Congratulations, Elazer does advance on, and he is looking for his revenge. As a reminder, Cristiano was waiting in the grand finals, and Cristiano has already beaten Elazer once, but it was a best of 3. And now Elazer can get his revenge in a best of 7.
Indeed, he can. And, I mean, we will see if he can do so. That is what happened in the previous tournament. Was it previous Galactic Battle? Yeah, it was.
Yep.
Cristiano was up versus Elazer as well. And back then, Elazer was able to take it. But, I mean, it's been a while. It's been a while. And Cristiano has definitely been on the rise. Like, can he take it this time?
Yeah, like Cristiano has improved. He has improved quite a lot since the last time they faced. That was back in January of this year in House Galactic Battle number 1. So it's going to be a greater challenge this time for Elazer. I hope it's a back and forth, though. I would love to see a back and forth 4-2 or maybe even the ace match as well. As a reminder, Cristiano also has a 1-point advantage because he's coming from the upper bracket.
True. That's important. And we also talked about it before. He also has the advantage of watching Elazer games as things were happening, because Elazer has been playing a lot of PVCs for the past few series.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of PVZs going on, so Cristiano has had the luxury of studying his opponent and preparing for that grand finals. Elazer has been looking strong here, but again has shown some weaknesses here and there and did drop a series earlier. So again, he's not the untouchable, monster that he once was. Like now we have these other players in Poland rising to the challenge and looking to vie for that throne, vie for that mantle of best in Poland.
You say he's not that untouchable monster, but I feel like it's not so much that like he's not untouchable anymore. It's more that like everybody else stepped up.
Yeah,
like everybody else has gotten better.
Yeah, like whether it's Gerald and Cristiano, Papi, even Spirit as well, right? I think for a long time, Elazer was the number 1 in Poland, and it feels like, especially in 2023, like Spirit took that away from him as well, and Spirit was looking so strong last year and even coming into this year as well. So it's been really cool to see all these Protoss players, also all these Polish players improve over time.
Yeah, definitely. There's been a lot of them that's been like, constantly improving and getting some good results lately.
Oh yeah, definitely. But with that, we're going to be going on a short break. We need some time here for Cristiano to kind of take his place on stage, to get his setup going, his hookeys, his keyboard, the monitor settings, all that good stuff. So we're going to be going on that short break. When we return, we will have the grand finals.
See you then.